Jack and Jack, YouTube edition. Christian on the ones and twos. Rob Sacre, Jack Ferris.
You got a brand you're
I
trying to
don't
promote
know.
there, Rob?
No, I'm just getting hyped. I'm hyped.
Then
I
I
don't.
had a good day today.
Give us this pose. Give us something.
You had a good day today. What era is that picture taken? Is that like in recent years?
That was last winter, I
That was
believe.
last winter. Yeah, you look like
What
an
does Rob
established
Sacre
man.
get at Starbucks?
Yeah, it was when I sold the racehorse. There it is.
Oh, okay, big day, huge day.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I almost wore that sweatshirt.
Oh, damn.
You've got a nicer cut than I do.
Well, mine just over time. That's how
Yeah.
hard work. I'm gonna get that flash dance look going on.
I just got a Slack alert, and now is not the time for Slack alerts. Do you guys think was it the fact that Christmas and New Year's fell on a Saturday night into Sunday, and that Monday was a holiday? Do things feel extra sluggish today?
No, I feel like we're all recovering from that whole week we call a work week last week. I don't think that's really, I think that should be just a whole holiday.
For a lot of companies it is. Did you actually do stuff? Did you actually go out there and
Yeah,
thaw the ground?
goddamn
And
right.
dig
Bills
in?
don't stop.
Christian, how much work were you doing last week?
We had the Scorebook Live Holiday Classic, the big high school basketball tournament down here. So we had a little bit going on, but it's not outrageous.
I don't know. I just feel bleh. I don't know. I can't think of a word to describe it. Lethargic.
No.
I was going
Yes.
to argue the opposite. I was going to argue that it falling on Sundays meant that last week was the most productive version of that week possible.
Right, because you get a day, Sunday, Monday to shake it off. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is like real, actual days that you can get
where
to
if
work.
Christmas and New Year's line up like both are on a Wednesday or something like that, both those weeks are cake.
See, I think I prefer that.
That's a good point.
I think
that
I prefer
is a
that.
good point.
I think Wednesday, Christmas, New Year's is the ideal, because then obviously Wednesday is going to be a holiday for both. Are people really going to expect you to go back to work one of those days on Thursday and Friday?
I think you can just measure the level of your blue collarness versus white collarness.
That's 100% what it is.
If you're
your holiday privilege.
Yeah, if you're white collar enough, you clock out on December 15th. You don't get in till like the second week of January. Yeah, no. If you're working at Mickey D's, you're out there on the 26th.
Yeah, 100%.
Rob, speaking for the working man, right there, Christian. I love it.
What time did you wake up on Christmas morning this year, Rob?
I slept in. It was a nice, relaxing Christmas. Kids then came over later that afternoon, which was nice. And then then the flu hit us all week last week.
Oh no,
dude! Talk about
what kind of flu we talking?
Oh, shit through a screen door flu.
Did you say shit through a screen door?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
Christian, stay with us.
Was it coming out both ends?
The of your 7'2" self blowing out the screen door. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's one of those things where you don't even take a chance on a fart.
Yeah. How many days? Like 24 hours, and you were good.
I'm just getting out. Q had it. Chi-Chi had it the week before Christmas. Q had it last week for like 4 or 5 days. And then Kay and I eventually got it later into the weekend. New Year's, I was in bed at 8:00.
Oh God, just could not trust yourself to put on any kind of pants.
Oh, pants. Well, I didn't. Here's the problem, Jack. It was so bad that like if you couldn't even have an accident, it would seep through the mattress.
It would blow through the mattress.
Yeah, it would go all the way to the mattress. You can't play with fire like that.
Do you have an instance in the last 4 or 5 years of which you trusted a fart and it didn't go well?
Not in the. I've been good. I
have 2.
Oh,
I don't know if now's the time to share.
I think it's the perfect time. It's flu season. It's flu season, buddy.
One was like right before I got in an Uber to go somewhere that I had to be, and I was like already late, And so I
Pressed for time.
pressed for time. So I got on the Uber and like didn't sit. I like hovered around, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like kind of sat on the side of my hips. Immediately got to where I was going to go, ran into the bathroom and just chalked my boxer briefs. Those were done. Those were bye-bye. And then was able to like clean myself up in the bathroom a little bit and
A
get the
little
job
bit,
done.
but never this. You always just have that smell lingering all the way around.
Right. It's that thing because and no one else could know, but you think, oh, they're onto me. Oh my God, they're so onto me. Kind of like that thing where you're high at a grocery store or something.
Yeah.
And one person looks at you weird and they're like, oh my God, they know. That's how it is when you shit your pants as an adult. Sorry, we're not allowed to swear.
Yeah.
On Gonzaga Nation aside.
Well, that was my week. I'm sorry if it was explicit. It was festive until it got real. And then it was third worldly. Like Mata Yunus Revenge. Didn't know what end it was coming out of.
So that was my next question. Was it both ends?
Both.
Yeah, that's
at one night it was both ends, and it was like, is this what Ebola feels like?
So that's norovirus and it's out and about. But that lasts 24 hours, doesn't it? You're stuck around for longer.
I'm out of it now.
Okay, God bless you. Good for you.
God. So
it's always the worst too when you see it coming, like when one of the kids is sick or when somebody in the periphery of the family is sick and you're like, there's no avoiding this, is there? It like,
yes.
Yeah.
You'd want to be the first. You want to be the first. You want to be patient zero. Because you may feel bad, but it's not worse than being the last one to have it. That's
like you're trying to hide from it. Like,
yeah.
And here's the thing, like with my son, I had to be there for him because he couldn't get off the couch or get out of the bed. So I'm like, I am walking in, like, I don't care how many fucking masks you put on. I am going to get this.
You're Walter
holding his hair while he's puking, and I only did it once, but
it's enough.
Yeah.
I just 2 months ago, actually. Early November, I should say. Early November, somebody called in sick to work and they were out for a couple of days. And I was like, who calls in sick for work anymore? Like, that is so lame. Unless you're like dead or like you have a broken leg and you need surgery. Who calls in sick to work? The next week, I got corona and called in for like 3 straight days. And it was very humbling and I felt very bad.
Oh, man. Yeah. Being sick and you just feel weak. Feel like such a pussy. like, dude, I felt like such a
you can't do anything.
Dude, it's just the worst, man.
I'm starting to realize in real time though that it's almost just as bad to try and explain to somebody that you're just violently hungover because you're in your 30s now and your body can't clear it as quick. That you're not,
dude.
No, I'm not sick today. I just had 4 more beers than I should have last night.
Oh, dude, being hungover now is the worst.
And it's gone from, I just need to get up early and chug a couple Gatorades, have a whatever, like do your recovery plan, to now it's just, someone sees you and they're like, "Are you sick?" And you're like, "No, I'm just experiencing aging in real time."
Well, Jack go ahead, Jack.
There's no coming back from a serious hangover these days, and they last, like you said, Christian, more than a heavy night on Saturday will last into your Monday without a doubt. And you just need to plan accordingly.
Jack and I talk about it all the time. It can take sometimes like a good weekend, forget a Saturday. Let's say you wanted a good weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like, I'm going strong camping or something.
You got a horse racing at Belmont or something like that.
Something crazy. Yeah, I'm going strong. Mark that whole week off.
Well, do you guys struggle with like the anxiety portion of a hangover now? Like anxiety?
What is
like obviously you're drained, you're dehydrated, all the physical things, but you guys don't have, because that's a real thing you get as you get older and it gets more and more severe.
What is it? Like the shit I have to get done?
Yeah, and you just want to shut down from the world.
That's me on a excuse me. That's me on like after a vacation. That's why
after a vacation. You want to come home and it takes a couple of days for you to get back in the flow of things because you just want to shut it all down.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know exactly. That's why I don't like taking vacations. That's it. main reason why I don't like taking vacations is that feeling.
Yeah, of coming back from a vacation.
Yes.
There's
Because
nothing
you need a
worse.
vacation for a vacation.
Speaking of, in 3 days, I'm on a flight to Hawaii.
Oh,
How about that?
Maui?
Now,
Maui.
how island vibes does island vibes Jack get? Are we talking 2 buttons down, shirt flowing in the wind,
Oh yeah.
drink in the hand?
Yeah, no, I can play the role for sure. I'm gonna get there. But if you guys could tell, I'm going pretty thick on the beard right now. I was
I like
considering,
it, dude.
yeah, I think so too.
where
I
are
don't
you
think I'm
seeing
gonna
it?
chop it.
There you go.
I think I'm gonna have it through and get the salt water up in there.
Did I ever tell you the story of the guy who came out of the rocks in Mount? God damn it, Bubbles.
Bubbles is the cat for those of you listening.
And pressing the keys. It's anyway. This guy came out of the rocks. I'm just sitting on the beach one night, me and Dirty. We're sitting on the beach. This guy just comes out.
Is Maui Invitational?
Yeah, we win it. We're celebrating and having a good time last night, enjoying ourselves, looking at the beach, whatnot. This guy just comes out of the rocks. There's a 100-foot wall or something, rocks. Guy comes out. Hey man, what are you guys doing? Starts talking about mystical giants and shit. Brings us to the next hotel. We walk into the kitchen. He starts making us dinner.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude, it was the crazy. I hope you have an experience like this.
Did he disappear back into the rocks when you were
No,
done?
he took us to a suite in that hotel.
Oh hell yeah. Usually that goes the other way. Usually
Yeah,
you get to some
100%.
hole in the wall local spot.
100%.
The locals
Gave
are
us a
eyeing you
business
guys.
card. Kid you not. I shit you not. Gave us a business card, Instagram, blah, 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 blah. Like, I had the printed out, laminated, nicest cards you could think of. All this whoop-de-whoop. Dude, can't find them at all anywhere.
Can't find what? Your credit cards?
No, this guy. Can't find this guy at all.
Yeah. Maybe was it a dream?
That's the only time I can talk to you about Hawaii, brother.
Okay. You didn't
That's why I'm just wishing you can have that same experience.
Yeah, thank you for
not staying at the White Lotus out there.
No, it was
No.
like whatever. What's the team stay at out there?
You guys stay at the Sheraton in Lahaina? Yeah, I'm going just north of the Sheraton to Pili. Familiar, Christian? You're an East Coast guy. You probably went to the Bahamas growing up.
No, I'm a San Diego guy and have not. The only island I've done is Jamaica. I've been
Well, case in point. Sorry, I was wrong on one, but right on the other.
No, he's Tijuana, TJ.
Yeah, man. I'm drinking warm Tecate and having people offer to sell me opioids in Tecate.
Yeah.
Offer? You're taste testing just out of curiosity.
El Borro.
Do you Christian, let me ask you this. You're an organized guy. Do you
I count as organized per our podcast deal.
Yes, you do. Have you tried the hangover remedies? Like the stuff to drink before you start drinking?
I have never done anything that is specifically sold as a hangover remedy, but I've done all of the variations of, try and drink some water while you're doing it, drink this kind of caffeine, have X amount of food, or I've tried a couple of different of those. To me, it's greasy food to kind of sop it up at the end of the night is the best defense my body can come up with.
Yeah. Well, another thing is, this is going to sound terrible because it is, but I've always thought the one glass of alcohol or one glass of water per drink is counterproductive because it's going to take your buzz away. Like you're definitely you're setting yourself up for success the next day.
That style of drinking is how you do like a Rob weekend type thing. If to me, if you got to go multiple days in a row, then
you got to put the water in.
Yeah. If you
No, I think you putting the water in is during the day of that.
Okay.
Like if you're doing day drinking, knowing that you're going through a long night either which way, and you're with your boys, and none of you guys want to look like pussies, and so you're all like, none of you guys want to like look bad, so you're all trying to look like you're drinking as much as you can, but you're like sneaking that water in between each one.
My game plan is more what I drink now. It's more just make sure that if I know that I'm gonna be, or just know what hurts me and know what doesn't, and Don't let one of my brother-in-laws make the Moscow mules. Let the other one make it. Because
what hurts you?
Beer gets me the most. Just the carbonation gets my stomach going. Gets the
Beer kills me, dude.
double-ended dragon going the next day. So yeah, man, just a good solid Moscow mule can never go wrong, and then anything tequila based.
So tequila and
if I'm
vodka drinks?
Yeah, and if I'm just drinking straight on the rocks, any sort of rum and or whiskey type thing, always good. So basically, just
dude, I have this thing that I'm dealing with now. It's the craziest thing. I break out in hives, and I don't know what alcohol it is.
Oh, I've got you covered on that one.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like my whole face, hivey, all the way down to like my shoulders, like upper back. It's crazy.
So that's red wine for me. And
okay, I drink a lot of red wine.
For me, it's an allergy to sulfites. If you look in any alcohol and it'll say contains sulfites, it's a certain part of the fermentation process. Yeah, ciders. That's how I found it out. Was I could not drink ciders because like just halfway through one of them.
Dude, I love ciders. Yeah. I don't think I can drink them anymore. I house ciders.
Oh.
Cider's too ladylike for Rob.
No.
You can handle a cider?
I just think of my stomach though. Like
over
4 of them. Like you can't do a 6-pack of cider.
But aren't you like an IPA guy?
I'm starting to become that.
You're just a brown liquor guy.
No, I like gin and I like bourbon, but I can't drink I don't know, beer. I love beer, but it has to be the summertime, outdoors, baseball game, out in the yard.
What is a drink that stands out for you that you did it in college before making NBA money and you will never, ever, never go back to? It's a battle scar that you're like, man, I did that once. I've done that lifestyle, and I'm proud to say that I've graduated from never having to go back to drinking that alcohol.
I think you're talking to the wrong guy because Rob likes getting back to his roots.
Yeah, I don't hide that shit. I'll drink a 40 tomorrow if I can.
Exactly.
You think that bothers me? Like if
exactly
I want that, but that's a different type of drunk. We all know that. We all know that.
I think a 40 drunk is a fun drunk though.
No, I'm not knocking. I'm saying it's a different. It's not like a normal. Like if you can get a 40 down in a good time and enjoy it's a drunk that, like you said, I'm going to have a good time for the next couple hours.
It's a good start to the evening. Yeah, getting a 40 down. Getting a 40.
100%. Yeah. Now, drinking it on the regular, that's not healthy for anybody. Okay.
You know what I had the most of this Christmas by far is eggnog. I had so much eggnog this Christmas.
Now, do you put SoCo in there? Southern Comfort and eggnog is the fire.
So I was just putting bourbon in there.
Oh, yeah.
I was just going bourbon. My family's going brandy.
I would put next time you have an opportunity, I guess next year. Yeah.
SoCo even makes their own brand of eggnog.
Yes, they do.
Yes, sir.
Ralph's.
SoCo is a drink that I can't drink anymore because in high school I vomited drinking it, and it's just
And going back to you, Christian, I was going to that makes me Burnett's and cherry Coke.
Oh, Burnett's vodka and cherry Coke.
Burnett's, and cherry Coke.
Cherry Burnett vodka.
Ooh.
And cherry Coke.
Oh, that's college bad.
That is disgusting. Anytime anyone ever suggests vodka and Coke.
Oh,
we used to drink that. Oh yeah.
This is the one that if there is a hell, the hell is just the smell of that the next day after in a fraternity house caked on the floor and stuff. Like that's where that will be my personal hell, is just the smell of that gets me immediately sick.
Do you remember Bacardi-O?
No.
Oh, you remember Bacardi-O, Rob? Like Bacardi Orange, and then there was like Bacardi Citrus.
Yes.
It was clear flavored rum. It was super cheap. That stuff I can't drink anymore. It's hot garbage.
I see this. A nice bottle though.
Bacardi, yeah.
Carlos
They still make
Rossi,
it?
you wine boys.
Carlo Rossi, I would drink now for sure. I would.
No,
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I don't have a
no,
problem with it.
no.
I swear to God, dude. I don't
You
mind it at
are.
all.
Oh,
I would drink the Rossi. I would not a jug, but if you put a jug in my apartment, I'd give me 2 weeks, it'd be gone.
Jack's got his Tate glasses looking on.
Andrew Tate.
Oh man,
Just don't get
got
out.
his Andrew Tate glasses.
You got
Got.
I just asked you guys hear him out on a couple of points. He's not off base on a few things he's got to say.
I have never heard my. You know who introduced me to him was Q.
Your son introduced you to Andrew Tate.
No.
That is problematic, dude. You got to keep over his shoulder at some of those YouTube videos he's checking out.
100%.
Andrew Tate is a problem.
100%. I was like, what are you watching, dude?
And that's just the stuff he thought appropriate enough to show you.
Your Lambo is?
No, dude, this it's incredible. You can't hide anything from them. You can't.
All right, we got about 5 more minutes.
But Andrew Tate, what did he do
contractually
exactly?
Obligated to include Gonzaga basketball in this? Because if not, there's no point.
Yeah, I'll do this. I'll do this. So Gonzaga's won the Zags won a bunch of games. Barely got by Montana. Whoop-de-whoop. Smashed Eastern Oregon. Where's Eastern Oregon out of? Pendleton?
No, it isn't. It's
when you think, if you're not from the Pacific Northwest and you think of Oregon, I promise you, every city you think of is coastal or central Oregon. Like Bend is the furthest east you go. East of Bend, east of 97 is nothing. So the idea that a directional school out of Eastern Oregon can come up to Spokane, LeGrand. Yeah, nothing. There is nothing in Eastern Oregon.
Trying to go be a part of Idaho, Oregon, right? Like they're trying to even.
Yeah. Because coastal Oregon's too damn liberal.
Well, okay, so let me ask you this as our Gonzaga question for the day. Drew Timme is closing in on potentially being the all-time leading scorer.
He's only 10 points away from Adam, isn't he? Or like 50 points?
Yeah,
very
Adam's
manageable.
A bit salty about that in today's podcast that they recorded. But
he was 3 years. It's like the Babe Ruth rule.
Yeah, is Timme on the Mount Rushmore at the end of everything being said and done for Gonzaga?
You have to look at what he's done.
Yeah, it's always hard in the moment to put him up there with the all-time best, but in a couple of years, it's going to be much easier to do when he's moved on and you look back at his body of work. Really impressive stuff. Really incredible stuff. So, I think maybe the best team was his freshman year when there wasn't a tournament. So, who knows? Yeah, I think Mount Rushmore, like up there with Stockton.
Yes.
Are we? Because a lot of times when we do this exercise, we rule out Stockton because it's not this era. But the era has been going on for so long. This like we're coming up on 25 years here.
Yes, I'd have to put him. I
count it as all time. I include Stockton. To me, college basketball, you kind of do the baseball thing. Even if it's not the same game, you give everyone the tip of the cap of
college-wise, he's been better than Stockton.
So Stockton, Drew, Adam.
It's where it gets weird.
It's tough to give it to Dan. All respect to Dan. He was only there for 2 years.
I would have to put maybe Sabonis.
Domas was only there for 2 years. I got to go 3 or more.
Ooh, 3 or more.
Like Kispert, it has a case.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Kispert has a case. Perkins has a case. Shemek has a case.
No, I would have to go. Well, because look at this.
I'm just looking at some numbers. I would never put Perkins in my just.
Well, I just say it like for 3 years, Drew Timme was number 1 in the country somewhere in some way. He was number 1 in the country.
Yeah,
that's remarkable in itself. For your 3, then you are all-time leading scorer within those 3 years. So yes, I'd have to go Timme, Stocks, Adam.
In no particular order here. In no particular order.
No, but for college-wise, I'd have to probably say Timme. He'd been to national finals.
Yeah, I mean, so is Shemek.
Right.
So is Nigel. Nigel was only there for a year.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy. Like Josh is like one of the top 6 all-time wins leader in college basketball. That since has been blown out because COVID allowed guys to play like 5 years. But an embarrassment of riches if we're talking that we can't solidify a rock solid Mount Rushmore of Zags. My question to you, Rob, is we're in the dead zone right now for college athletes on campus when you feel like a pro team because you're just on, there's no students. And I know they don't live in DeSmet anymore, but whatever dorm you're living in, there's nobody there. It's covered in snow.
This is when you get in trouble off campus.
That's what I'm saying. Like
this
good or
is
bad? Is this a good
when
thing or a bad
things-
thing? It's obvious we talked about it being a terrible thing for home games at McCarthy. It essentially strips McCarthy of its charm and advantage. But are you at this point ready to get back to class? I remember as a kid.
And this is what I think. That's a great point. This is when I think these guys need to realize this is the closest thing to professional basketball at this moment in time as there is. You're just going to practice, game, and that's your life. Welcome to professional hoops. There is no class anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So what these guys need to realize is from this point on, this is what it's going to feel like. So I guess you are looking forward to class and like what you think is like, man, I just want to, I don't know. I think going back to what you're saying, you look forward to class. It gets you out of that different grind, but at the same time, this is what professionals go through.
I miss class so bad. I wanted to go back to school so bad at this point. And I think classes start probably next week. But like when you're 21, 22 and you're at home and New Year's is in the rearview mirror, and then you're just hanging out at home and your parents are like looking at you like you're a loser because you are. Like I could not wait to get back to school.
Yeah, dude. But here's the thing. We wouldn't practice until like sometimes 1, 2 o'clock. So it was a fun time for us. We had a lot of good times during the winter break. Let's just say that.
So so practice 1, 2 o'clock and then a meal and then you're done.
Yeah.
You probably go home, go watch whatever game was on ESPN. If
Video,
not video games,
hang out late,
Well, now all these guys are worried about their image and their brand.
Yeah,
like
dude,
Hickman just tweeted yesterday about his camp.
Dude, I tip my hat, and I think we've hit this so many times on this show, but like I'm so grateful for growing up when we grew up right before social media.
Right when it was getting off the ground. Yeah.
Yes. Because you get a lot of money and there's a lot of value, but I don't think these guys get the same experiences.
No, of course not.
Like
now they have to be now. I mean, you guys used to just roll into whatever downtown club, Jimmy's. You could be 18, 19, 20, who cares, and not worry about it. It's not on the cards for these guys now.
And you couldn't just you can't just be a 21-year-old kid now.
Yeah, and I'm also hearing Rob say that the kids feel like they have that opportunity. So even if they're not superstars, they're trying to go do that, and they want to project that, and they're trying like to host a camp and do things as opposed to just being in the moment and enjoying being a kid at the peak of your athleticism with nothing to do but play basketball and have fun.
No, I don't. I'm not saying so much. Yeah, I think there's so many opportunities to make money, but you weren't thinking about that. Like, you hit it.
Because it wasn't an option.
Yeah.
Right. So you weren't thinking about that. You were just thinking about hanging out with your buddies, like having some beers, shooting the shit, talk about whatever girl, whatever is in each guy's life. And, just having that, let's go to the bar. And we snuck into the back room, whatever, and had a good time. But now I feel like you can't, these guys, maybe it's good for them, but at the same time, they're not getting to experience a little bit of what we experience in life.
The ability to also not get in trouble with your coaching staff because you were out late or whatever because, oh my gosh, your photo of you circulated on everyone's IG stories.
Right.
Like that. Yeah. You could just, like you said, go out and like, go to a bar, sneak in, have a little fun, do a little something.
Yeah,
Recklessly
man. Like, be a
responsible.
kid.
And the coaches would know because you smell like a distillery the next day at practice, but the coaches also can wink and a nod about it. But when they have the smoking gun evidence of, they're like, hey, you were circulating on, like,
Bingo,
yeah.
bro.
They got Christian. I think they got in trouble more than you're alluding to. But I also think Rob's era of guys were they were a different breed in that at times they valued being a college kid more than being an
For
athlete,
sure.
which is totally normal. I think there's like an expectation now at Gonzaga that like you don't blow it. You don't embarrass this program.
Well, you can't because
Yeah.
you're constantly out and about. Man.
You're a perpetual
Lord
brand
have
ambassador with
mercy.
every single thing you do.
You're a brand ambassador, yes. And
Every
there's been
single
some guys to come through Gonzaga in the last 20 years to embarrass the program and embarrass you. And like,
But that's
hey,
every
look, he's done it
program.
himself. I mean, hey, what do we live like?
And sometimes
Calling the
some of
kettle
us
black
just
here.
want to be walk-ons that sit on the end of the bench and have fun and do stupid college shit.
Amen, brother. So rude awakening for the Zags this weekend. San Francisco trip, San Francisco Thursday, Santa Clara on Saturday.
You gonna be there, Jack?
I'm gonna go to the Thursday night game. Then I've got the early flight to Maui. But yeah,
Dude.
do you remember last year?
In your Euro, oh, dude,
I
the
screamed
Euro
at the kid.
car. I need the Euro. The Euro car is like parked outside with a European blonde sitting in next.
Oh,
That's what it looks like.
we're still doing the Andrew Tate bit.
Oh,
Okay.
dude, that's what you look like right now. That's what you look like. Going on his trip to Hawaii.
Every year I go to an away Zag game and I'm like, I'm an old man now. I'm not going to get caught up in the BS with the students. And then inevitably, there's always one game a year where I totally, and as soon as you like clap back to students once, fall game. Then you got to do it the rest of the day. You can't just do it once.
To top J instead of top G. You're now the top J. You're Jack.
Oh, dude.
Top J.
And he's got that runner sweatshirt on. Like, oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Throwback.
Just no tweeting to Greta.
If you're going to wear those glasses, anyone's going to start talking shit to you, buddy.
All right. That's it. Zach, Jack. Sorry we didn't get on our
never
other...
apologizes. We gave the people what they want. Never.
No. I over promised, under delivered on our feed. We were going to get Slim to give us the state of the fan experience in Spokane. That's coming later this week.
Nice.
So thank you for listening. Go Zags.
Wash your hands.